Morning, students. We were studying chapter number 7, lifelines of national economy. We had seen what were the means of transport, what about roadways, railways, pipelines, and we were discussing about the major seaports. In this, we had discussed about that we have 12 major and 200 non-major ports. Okay, the major ports handles 95% of India's foreign trade. That means import and export. Okay, Kandla in Kutch is the first port developed soon after independence. Okay, soon after independence, which we got in 1947, Kandla was the first port to be developed. Okay, and for this, what happened? The volume of trade became easy. Then, Kandla is also known as Deen Dayal Port, okay, is a tidal port. It caters to the convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive greenery and industrial belt. Okay, so means Kandla port, which is in Kutch, is a tidal port. It handles the exports and imports of granary and industrial belt also, connecting states of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious, natural, and well sheltered harbour. Means it is more spacious, it has more space, and it is well sheltered. Mumbai is the biggest port which has more of space and a good shelter or well shelter. The Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned with a view to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port of this region. Means just to support the Mumbai port, okay, just to connect with the Mumbai port, Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned, okay, to serve as a hub port for this region, means for the Mumbai region. Mageo port is the premier iron ore exporting port of the country. Means from this port, iron ore is exported to the other countries. This port accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. Means 50% of iron ore export is done from Marmagayo port. New Mangalore port located in Karnataka caters to the export of iron ore concentrates from Kudremukh mines. Kochi is the extreme southwestern port located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbour. So New Mangalore port also, which is located in Karnataka, it also exports iron ore concentrates from the Kudremukh mines. Moving along to east coast, you would see the extreme southeastern port of Tuticorin. If you move to the southeast, if you move to the east region, then you will find the southeastern port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port has a natural harbour and rich hinterland. It has a flourishing trade, handling of a large variety of cargoes to even our neighboring countries. Okay, it has a large number of cargoes, it handles a large number of cargoes, which is helpful for our neighboring countries also, like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. And the coastal regions of India. Chennai is one of the oldest artificial ports of the country. It's the oldest and it's the artificial port of country. Means it's not a natural port, but it is an artificial port. It is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of volume of trade and cargo. Means after Mumbai, the much of trade and cargo is done by Chennai port. Vishakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and well protected port. Okay, it is a deepest landlocked. Landlocked means surrounded, locked land, and well protected port. Okay, the protection is very good for Vishakhapatnam. This port was originally conceived as an outlet for iron ore exports. It was also we can say an outlet for the iron ore exports. Paradweep port located in Odisha specializes in the export of iron ore. Kolkata is an inland riverine port. This port serves a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Means Kolkata is an inland riverine port which is served by the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Okay. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dredging of Hooghly. Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve growing pressure on the Kolkata port. Just to lessen the pressure which was on the Kolkata port, Haldia port was developed as a subsidy. Okay. Now, then we come to when we have studied roadways and railways. Now we come to airways. Okay, we'll see what about airways. The air travel today is the fastest, most comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. In today's life, if we are talking about airways, then it has become the fastest mode of transport and comfortable also, right? Okay. It can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, dreary deserts, dense forest, and also long oceanic stretches with great ease. Means we can cover a longer distance easily, right? Think of the northeastern part of the country marked with the presence of big rivers, dissected relief, dense forest, and frequent floods and international frontiers, etc., in the absence of air transport. Means, if you think about a region where you have floods, where you have dense forest, where you have big rivers, okay, their roadways and railways cannot be possible. So, in that way, in that time, in that situation, you will miss the air transport. Air travel has made access easier, means air travel is much more easier. The air transport was nationalized in 1953. So this is a very important date, 1953. The air transport was nationalized in 1953. Air India provides domestic and international air services, means for India also and for outer regions also. Pawan Hans Helicopters Limited provides helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in its offshore operations to inaccessible areas and difficult terrains like the northeastern states and the interior parts of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So what happened? This company, that is Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited, it gives helicopters, it provides helicopter services to the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation to provide the gas and oil to the inaccessible areas where roadways and railways are not possible. Okay. Air travel is not within the reach of the common people. It is only in the northeastern states that special provisions are made to extend the services to the common man. Means air travel is very costly, right? Okay, so it is not accessible to every person. But in the northeastern state, what is special provisions are given to the common people also, so that they can get the services of airways. Now, these were the modes of transport, okay? That was roadways, railways, pipelines, airways, waterways. Now we come to communication, okay? Just to handle a national economy. As we say that transportation is necessary, we also can say that communication is also an important factor for handling or for maintaining the lifelines of national economy, for maintaining the national economy. Even since humans appeared on the earth, they have used different means of communication. Okay, firstly, if you take in the previous times, the communication was done by letters, telegrams. Okay, then we had phones, landlines. Then now, and in today's world, we have mobiles. Okay, but the pace of change has been rapid in modern times. Long distance communication is far easier without physical movement of the communicator or receiver. Okay, they do not have to make any physical movement, they can contact themselves easily. Personal communication and mass communication, including television, radio, press, films, etc. These are the major means of communication in the country. Okay, personal communication with mobile phones, with landlines, and mass communication through television, radio, press, and films. The Indian postal network is the largest in the world. Okay, the Indian postal world is the largest in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal written communication. Okay, which are the little letters or the written telegrams can be connected. Cards and envelopes are considered first class mail and are airlifted between stations covering both land and air. Okay. The second class mail includes the first class mails, we have the cards and envelopes. Okay. The second class mail includes book packets, registered newspapers, and periodicals. These are the second class. They are carried by surface mail covering land and water transport. Means cards and envelopes, they are airlifted between stations both covering both land and air. Okay, airlifted communications. And if you are talking about the second class, that is the book packets, the registered newspapers, the periodicals, then they carry surface mail, that is land and water transport. To facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, 6 mail channels have been introduced recently just to make the delivery of mails in large towns and cities easily. They are called Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, green channel, business channel, bulk mail channel, and periodical channel. Okay, so these are some channels which are being developed or which have made for the easy delivery of mails. Okay, so this was with, just a second students. Okay, so communication tells that were these some channels, that is metro channel, green channel, business channel, bulk channel, and periodical channel. Okay, so here is a map which is given by major ports and some international ports. For example, the Amritsar, Rajasthansi, Delhi, Indira Gandhi International, Kandla, Mumbai, Chhatrapati Shivaji, Jawaharlal Nehru. These are some major ports and some international airports. Okay. India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia. Largest telecom networks. Excluding urban places, more than two-thirds of the villages in India have already been covered with subscriber trunk dialing telephone facility. That is STD. Okay, the full form of STD is subscriber trunk dialing. STD telephone facility, excluding the urban places, not the cities, but the two-third part of the villages. Okay. In order to strengthen the flow of information from the grassroots to the higher level, the government has made special provision to extend 24 hours STD facility to every village in the country, so that every information from the grassroots, means from small to small information to the high information, okay, to the most important information, can be through this STD, and it has been made 24 hours. There is a uniform rate of STD facilities all over the world. It has been developed, it has been made possible by integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. Means development of space technology has been merged with the communication technology. Okay. Mass communication provides entertainments and creates awareness among people about various national programs and policies. Now, if you're talking about mass communication, then it connects many people. It creates awareness among the people, okay, through various national programs. Now, mass communication means can be radio, television, newspapers, magazines, books, and films. Because every person, okay, every person reads these books, sees television, here's radio. Okay, so they all connect with each other and they create awareness. All India radio broadcast a variety of programs in national, regional, and local languages for various categories of people spread over different parts of the country. That is All India Radio, that is Akashvani. What it does, it creates or it broadcasts many programs which their regional languages, so that the people can easily understand. Doordarshan, the national television channel of India, is one of the largest terrestrial networks in the world. Okay, Doordarshan it has been broadcasted from a very long period of time. Okay, it broadcasts a variety of programs from entertainment, educational to sports, example for people of different age groups. Okay, means the youth, the younger portion, the younger people can also see that, and the older people. Okay, for education, for entertainment, for sports. India publishes a large number of newspapers and periodicals annually. They publish newspapers, okay. We have many times the Times of India, Rajasthan Patrika. There are many more newspapers. They are of different types depending upon the periodicity, okay. Means we have weekly paper also, we have monthly. Newspapers are published in about 100 languages and dialects, okay. Other languages, we have English, we have Hindi, we have Gujarati, we have Marathi, different languages. Did you know that the largest number of newspapers published in the country are in Hindi, followed by English and Urdu? Means the largest newspapers which are published is in Hindi, after English and Urdu. Okay. First of all Hindi, then English, and then Urdu. India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. It produces short films, video feature films, and video short films. Okay. The Central Board of Film Certification is the authority to certify both Indian and foreign films. We have films also, okay. Some films are just for entertainment, but some films may give you some message. It creates awareness among people, okay. And the Central Board of Film Certification certifies the films. That can be the Indian films also, that can be the foreign films also. Last but not the least, now we have international trade. Okay, we have talking about India. Now we are going to talk about the international trade. The exchange of goods among people, states, and countries is referred to as trade. Okay, the exchange means the imports and exports of goods among people, states, and countries. The market is the place where such exchanges take place. Trade between two countries is called international trade. Means if you are trading in the country, okay, not that, but trading with the other countries. Why? It may take place through sea, air, and land routes. Okay, it can be airways also, it can be land routes also, it can be water routes also. While local trade is carried in cities, towns, and villages, state level trade is carried between two or more states. State trade means two or more states, between two or more states in a country, the same country, but between two states. Advancement of international trade of a country is an index to its economic prosperity, means how much advanced your international trade is. It is an index, means it is a factor for the economic prosperity of a country. It is therefore considered the economic barometer of a country. Okay, that how much the country is economically prosperous. As the resources are space bound, no country can survive without international trade. Okay, means resources are space bound. We have less of space, we have limited of resources. For this, a country cannot survive without international trade. Means international trade is very important for every country. Export and import are the components of trade. Okay, export of goods and services and import of goods and services. Export means from one country to another country. Okay, and import means bringing from the other country to our country. The balance of trade of a country is the difference between its export and import. What can be the export and the import? The difference between these two is the balance of trade. When the value of export exceeds the value of imports, it is called favorable balance. Okay, when value of exports means the things you are giving to the other countries, you are trading with the other countries. The value of exports, when it exceeds the value of imports which you are importing to our country, it is a favorable balance. On the contrary, the value of import exceeds the value of export, it is termed as unfavorable. Okay, because if the value of imports is more than the value of exports, then we have a loss, right? So it is confirmed as a unfavorable balance of trade. India has trade relations with all the major trading blocs and all geographical regions of the world. With different countries, we have our trade relations. The commodities exported from India to other countries include gems and jewelry, chemicals and related products, agriculture and allied products, etc. So there are some commodities which are exported from other countries to our countries. Okay. The commodities imported to India include petroleum crude and products, gems and jewelry, chemicals and related products, base metals, electronic items, machinery, agriculture and allied products. So these are some products which are imported from the other countries to India. India has emerged as a software giant at the international level, and it is earning large foreign exchange through the export of information technology. Now, India has emerged as a software giant at the international level, means it has made its international trade on a greater extent, and it is earning large foreign exchange, large foreign money, just because the export of information technology. So this is with the international trade. Okay, we have studied the concepts of import, export, favorable trade, unfavorable trade, balance of trade. Now last but not the least, we have tourism as a trade. Okay, we have many tourist places in India, so tourism is also a mean to earn money, right? Tourism in India has grown substantially over the last 3 decades. Moreover, than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry. Okay. Tourism also promotes natural integration, provides support to local handicrafts and cultural pursuits. Okay, so it is for means for it is helpful or supportive for the national integration. It provides help to the handicrafts also and cultural pursuits also. It also helps in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. Means if any foreigners are visiting our tourist place, then we can help in the development of international understanding, okay, through our culture and heritage. Foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, eco-tourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. Foreigners come to the tourist places for all these reasons. There is a vast potential for development of tourism in all parts of the country. Efforts are being made to promote different types of tourism for this upcoming industry. Means many efforts are made so that tourism can be made a better one. Okay, so down you can see the tourist places are there. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you.